Hi guys, today on Divas Can Cook we are making these fluffy, tender, 3-ingredient buttermilk biscuits. These biscuits are perfect for those who are new at making biscuits or who, you kind of suck at making biscuits. It's okay, it's all good if you do, because this recipe, it's gonna help you win, honey. Y'all ready? Let's go. Okay, we're going to start by measuring out our self-rising flour. I like to dump it in a measuring cup with a spoon. Give it a few little taps to knock out all of those little air pockets. I love these little clear measuring cups. You can just see everything. Make sure you got everything measured out. And then just go ahead and just sweep the edge, the rim, just like that. So you have a nice, smooth, perfectly measured cup of flour. I'm going to dump this into my bowl. I'm going to dump the rest of it into my bowl because I already went ahead and pre-measured this anyway. I just want to show you guys how you should correctly measure flour. Okay, so now I have a stick of frozen butter. I am using unsalted. You can use salted if you want to, but I always use unsalted butter. Now I'm grating this frozen butter into my flour because I want it to be in little teeny tiny pieces. When this butter goes into the oven and it's all cold, it's going to create steam, and that's going to make fluffy biscuits. So yeah, you can chop it up, but grating, that's the ticket. Grate that frozen butter. Now I'm going to take my little pastry cutter and just kind of, knead everything. I want that butter to be coated in that flour mixture, just like that. I want the mixture to resemble crumbs. That's perfect, just like this. Now I'm working very quickly because it's very important that everything stays cold when it goes into the oven. You don't want that butter to start melting because then your biscuits won't rise up, and yeah. So when you're making biscuits, you gotta work quick. Okay, now I'm gonna add some super duper cold buttermilk. Dump that buttermilk on in. Yeah, that buttermilk. I love it so much. My favorite ingredient in the whole world. Okay, so I'm gonna stir this up. Now you will notice that the dough is kind of wet, but girl, whoever watching this, when that dough is wet like that, it makes for the perfect biscuit. Oh my gosh, it really does. So go ahead and sprinkle your work surface with a little bit of flour. Okay, then we're gonna dump our dough onto this board, okay? That looks perfect, just like that. Now you want to make sure that your hands are floured really well because this dough is sticky. It is sticky. So make sure that your hands are floured, and go ahead and add some more flour to that board if it starts to get really sticky. But you want to use the least amount of flour. You want to kind of keep that dough, the inside of that dough, kind of wet and sticky, okay? So go ahead and just fold it a few times. It's going to create beautiful layers in that biscuit like that. See, I'm just kind of folding and pressing. That's all I'm doing. Now, once you have a few layers in your dough, go ahead and roll it out or pat it out. I'm going to use a 3-inch biscuit cutter. For my size, you can use whatever size you want, but I love that 3-inch cutter. Make sure you get it nice and floured, and then just drive it right down into that dough. You don't want to twist the cutter or anything like that. Just go straight down, okay? And this recipe is so easy to remember. It's just like 2 cups of flour, of self-rising flour, 1 stick of butter, and 1 cup of buttermilk. That is all 2-on-1, okay? Okay, so now go ahead and remove this dough. Go ahead and get you something to scoop it on up with and place it on the pan. You want to make sure that when you place these biscuits on the pan that you have the sides touching. If not, they're going to rise up and be all lopsided and crazy looking. But when you have them close together, they kind of, have somebody to lean on so they get nice and high. All right, so place them on the pan, sides touching. This pan is ungreased. I have my oven at 450. I'm going to bake it for 12 to 14 minutes. I like to flip to broil to get them nice and brown like that during that last couple minutes. But yeah, that's how I like it. Next, we are going to get some melted butter and just brush these biscuits generously with butter. Let that butter absorb and then brush them again, and then we are done. Look at that. The fluffiest, tenderest biscuits ever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe and check out my other videos later.